It's off with the cap and gowns and into the military uniforms. I'm a firm believer in the mandatory enlistment for 18-year-olds graduating from high school. I've been a supporter of the military of all services for many years. I've supplied 4 members of the military myself. There's a song by Woody Guthrie called "This Land is Your Land, This Land is My Land." And it's a good song to show the pride that the Americans should be having for their country. My goal for this speech is to convince you that the mandatory enlistment is good for our country and what it can do for our youth. First of all, it's a job, a J-O-B. Second, it gives our youth time to mature and figure out what it is that they want to do with their lives. And lastly, there's many benefits that can come from being in the military. I went with my husband once to recruit for the University of Florida's ROTC program. While there, we questioned students on what they could forecast for 10 years out of their lives. They couldn't even begin to fathom what it would be like in 10 years. Having a job in this community is difficult. So therefore, getting a job with the military is an advantage. The pay is good, and every 2 weeks they get that paycheck. They get trained while they're in the military. Training in any job. It could be from medical corpsman to an engineer's job. Anything that's in the civilian community is in the military. If they like what they're doing, they may want to stay, and there's their career start. They've had time, they also have performed well, then they will get promoted. There's no kissing up. If you haven't been convinced yet, let's go on and we'll discuss the time benefit. Keeping students off the streets, out of drugs, and with a job is all beneficial. There's nothing wrong with any of that. They learn to go into the military and take care of their own finances. They mature, they grow. Doug Bandow, the author for the National Defense University textbook, said that the military has had no trouble filling its ranks with the top qualified people, young men and women who are in the fact better educated and brighter than their civilian counterparts. Education is something that the military promotes. If in the military they decide to go to school, that's fine. The military will pay their way to go to school. It betters them for their careers. It teaches them time management. Moms, I know I can hear you already. You're saying, I don't want my child to go off to war. Well, let me tell you some statistics here. Anne Leland wrote in an article for the Congressional Research Service, American War Military Operation Casualty, for the Global War on Terror, the totals were 5,398. For accidents in the United States from cars and accidental shootings, the total was 38,467. Those are some shocking numbers. Back to benefits. In the military, you receive a military ID, which entitles you to hospital and dental care, pharmaceutical products. You can go to the commissary and get discount prices, as well as the exchange. You also don't pay taxes on those items that you buy at those 2 places. You do pay a 1% surcharge. There's also 30 days vacation paid time that you get after the first year. But the best thing the military has going for it is after 90 days of service, the post 9/11 GI Bill pays for their schooling, and it gives them a housing allowance comparable to what area they're living in. And it gives them a stipend of $1,000 towards books per year. Those are pretty good benefits, I'd say. Other countries do have this mandatory enlistment. Other countries such as South Korea, Sweden, Denmark, as well as Mexico. If after 2 years the people do not enjoy being in the military, they won't have missed out on anything. It's all good. They will have learned many things that can be of benefit to them, such as wilderness survival, life skills, computer proficiency. There's many things that they can learn. So, in summation, I'm saying we need the enlistment to be mandatory for all our high school graduates. It supplies them with their jobs, it gives them time to grow and mature, as well as gives them some real good benefits. Please consider talking to your high schoolers and supporting any measures that come through Congress. Thank you.